Hello, welcome to the Overshare Pamphlet. My name is Rob, and I'm the host of this one-man show coming to you every Monday, 6 a.m. UK time. Now, today, because the Oscars Domination were announced at the beginning of the week, I think it's still Oscars Nominations week in my book, so I will be going through the Oscars and also talk about who I think should win and who I think would win, basically, at the 2026 Oscars that are happening, I believe, in March 2026. So yeah, I mean, I don't claim to be an expert, of course, but I'm ready. I'm ready to just go through the nominations. I've watched pretty much all the possible nominations, which is really, really cool. But let's go. The first category, I think we're gonna do mostly like the main categories, but if there are some categories that I find interesting, I also will talk about them. But let's go through the main ones first. First category we have is actor in a leading role, and the nominees are Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon. Then we have Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Now, these are all really good nominees, I think, all deserved, and I'm actually very, very happy and surprised to see Michael B. Jordan in this, because he was actually truly incredible in Sinners. The fact that they also played twins in that and made them feel like very different characters, I think that's quite the accomplishment for sure. So hats off to Michael B. Jordan, because that's actually incredible. And I've noticed, of course, we're going to talk about Sinners being the most nominated movie ever at the Oscars, which is actually quite interesting and quite a breath of fresh air, basically, I would say, because the Oscars have been renowned to be quite like, let's just say, playing into the whitewashed Hollywood situation, not really caring much about representation. So, with that being said, who do I think should win? And who do I think will win? I think, actually, if I have to be completely honest with you guys, Leonardo DiCaprio was incredible in One Battle After Another. I think his role was so different from other stuff he has done before. He has truly range. That guy, he's like actually really, really good, and I was very surprised by his performance, honestly, in One Battle After Another. I'm not sure if he will win, to be fair. I do think the person who is most likely to win is Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. And I have to be honest, as much as I'm not entirely sure about the movie itself, Marty Supreme, if I liked it that much or not, I do think that his performance in that movie is just incredible. Like, he's actually so witty and quick with his lines, and he embodied the role super well, to the point that I was like literally sick and tired of the character. Like, in terms of, it was so annoying at a certain point, the character that was like, you're playing this too well, oh my gosh. So yeah, I would say should win Leonardo DiCaprio, I think, because just I liked his character and role better than Timothy's character. But I think Timothy will win, and it will be making history with that, because he will be entering the Hall of Fame of Hollywood superstars. He's the new generation. So yeah. Now, actor in a supporting role, we have the following nominees: Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo in Sinners, Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, and then Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value. I've been hearing a lot of people talking about how Stellan Skarsgård will win this, because it's like a career award sort of the kind, and I can sort of see that, because it's sort of similar to what happened, I think, with Robert Downey Jr., who when he won supporting actor for what was that movie? Oh my god, Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer, yeah. So I can see that happening for sure. But who would I give the win to? Jacob Elordi, hands down. Like he was so good in Frankenstein. I understand maybe like I always thought that him and oh my god, what is it? What is the name of the actor who plays the doctor in Frankenstein? Oh my god, it escapes me now. Like, the guy who played Moon Knight, whatever. He was so good in that as well, but I think it was like a two-hander basically because the first half of the movie is that like the part of the doctor, but the second part is all Jacob Elordi's. So, but I understand maybe that's more like a supporting role, I guess, compared to the actual doctor. But yeah, I would love for Jacob Elordi to get this also because I think this role specifically is quite fresh for him and is really putting him up. Like it's a really solidifying type of role here. Like that literally changed the perspective over Jacob Elordi, and he has shown that he actually is a good actor and like an actor with range. But I also really liked his portrayal of Frankenstein the monster in the movie. So I would want Jacob Elordi to win. I think maybe Stellan Skarsgård will win probably. Yeah. Now let's get to actress in a leading role. Nominees are Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne in If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson in Song Song Blue, and then we have Renee Rainsvie in Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone in Begonia. First of all, congrats to Emma Stone for being the most nominated actress at such a young age. Like, it's just insane. She's not the most nominated actress, period, but in terms of age, she's the one, like, at that age, no other actress has received as many nominations, so incredible. I really liked Begonia, if I have to be honest, but I think she will not win this, or she should not actually win this as well, because I think, she's won quite a few times, and it's also good to give a chance to everyone, but hey, this is not the last time you'll see her. Don't you worry about that. The Academy loves her, and rightfully so. She's such a charismatic and just extremely talented actress. So I'm really happy for her development. I guess I guess like Hollywood Hall of Fame type of superstar. Although I think there's pretty good competition here as well, though. I think who should win, and I think who maybe will win, is Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. I think her performance in that movie was just perfect. Now, I mean, the big conversation has been going around these days is the massive snub of Wicked for Good specifically. There's no Cynthia Erivo in leading role here in Best Actress, and I would say don't come for me, but I think it's warranted. I think I don't feel like the second movie was she didn't have as a complex of performance as she did in the first movie. The role is still the same, and the role is still complex, but I think the portrayal that she had in the first movie was much more nuanced compared to the second movie, and that's probably also, I think, actually most definitely has to do with the script and what was given to her and all that. So I'm not, I'm not. I don't want to say I'm not mad, but I think it's just, I think I was expecting this basically. I don't think I was too surprised about this. So that's that. But yes, Jessie Buckley, I think, deserves the win, and I think she will probably win if I have to be honest, from what's been going on with the award seasons in the past few weeks. So that's that. Again, actress in a supporting role, the exclusion of Ariana Grande is actually quite baffling, specifically because I don't think she should have necessarily won per se, but I think she is playing into that breakout role situation, and I think the Academy should have awarded out at least with a nomination, and it's crazy that she's not here. But I'm also very happy to see the following people in. The nominees are Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Ipsoter Lilias for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, which is a gag, Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, and Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Apart from the Ariana Grande exclusion, again, the category is stacked with incredible talent, I would say. Elle Fanning, first of all, girl, you deserve the world. She is the Carly Rae Jepsen of the movie industry. So, yes, I'm so happy to see her here. Now, another kudos and congratulations goes to Amy Madigan, and that's not simply for herself, but also for the horror genre. That's such a major win. Like, Weapons is such a, it would never have been nominated. Like, a horror movie like this would have never been nominated in the past few years, but this is really like a big trend that you can definitely count on, I guess, that's been taken Hollywood by a storm. The horror movies that have come out in the past few years have been truthfully exceptional. So, and they've been, so experimental in so many different ways, pushing the envelope every single day. And I am so glad that there has been some recognition this year finally, and in such a big event. So, and I maybe wouldn't even be surprised if she actually wins this. I am very torn here between Tiana Taylor, Wunmi Mosaku, and Amy Madigan, the three of them. I think they're all equally as likely to win. I do think, personally, it might go to Tiana Taylor. And I wouldn't even be mad about it, because her performance in One Battle After Another is just masterful. So cool. Such an interesting role. She was so good in it. But again, also Amy Madigan was incredible in Weapons as the main villain, I guess. So it's difficult. I think this category is just like really stacked, and there's no clear winner here. I think they're all very much worthy of. Even Wunmi Mosaku had a very emotional role in Sinners, but I'm leaning towards, well, should win. I think the three of them are equally as worthy. Will win. I'm gonna put my bets on Tiana Taylor for whatever reason. I have a gut feeling that it's gonna be her. We'll see. Now, animated feature film. That's also one that I wanted to talk about. We have Arco. We have Elio, the Pixar movie. We have K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Emily, or the character of Rain, and then Zootopia 2. Now, Pixar again leading, but I think the movie that will win will probably be K-pop Demon Hunters, just because like it's been such a massive movie, and I think they might award that. So yeah. Who would I give the win to? Maybe Elio, if I have to be honest. I really liked that movie. Just because of the massive... Pixar just is unbeatable, I think, in terms of script and stories and everything else. And even animation itself, I think, is just really good. But I think K-pop Demon Hunters seems to be their year. So, slay it. Now, I'm going to skip animated short film because I have not watched any of these. Casting. This is the new category that has been added for the first time this year in the Oscars. And it's basically an award to the casting director, or like for the casting for the movie. So it's more like about the ensemble, and rather than the single casting of a single person, basically, but like the entire cast, basically. Nominees are Hamnet, Nina Gold is the casting director, Marty Supreme, Jennifer Venditti, One Battle After Another, Cassandra Colcundis, Secret Agent by the casting director here was Gabriel Dominguez, and Sinners was Francine Meisler. Now, I think One Battle After Another and Sinners are both equally worthy, but I think if they really want to give an award to someone, maybe it should be Sinners. Although I do think also One Battle After Another has been incredible, because also Chase Infinity, that being her first major role, whoever decided to cast her in that movie in such a big role, hats off, just incredible. And also Tiana Taylor and all the other actors in the movie, just incredible. So yeah, I wouldn't give it to Marty Supreme. I think some of the casting was good, some of the other casting was not as standout-y, I guess. But yeah, I think there's a chance it might go to One Battle After Another too, and I wouldn't be mad about it. But I think if I have to if I have to predict, it will go Sinners. But I think One Battle After Another has also a very special heart in my place. I think both movies are very worthy though, because also like the boy, like the singer in Sinners, and the lady, like, also, to be fair, Haley Steinfeld in that movie is incredible. There's just really good casting in both. But I'm really glad that they've put this category for the first time ever. And hopefully, well, I'm sure they will keep it for the rest of the Oscars, for the other editions. But it's so good, because sometimes casting is an art form. Like, you have to be very talented for that. So I'm glad they're finally awarding that. Now, costume design, this is where I have the biggest bone to pick. The nominees are Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. No Wicked nomination, and that is probably the one category where Wicked should have been nominated, but also should have won. Period. Because I think out of all the movies that have come out this year, very few movies have come close to the costume designs that have been made for the movie. Like, I'm sorry, have you seen the back? What was it called? Like the behind the scenes about the costumes and everything else. It's just the amount of details put into the costumes is just incredible. And not even having a nomination for that is just frankly baffling. I'm sorry, this is just ridiculous and very mean as well, because you're not celebrating a movie that has actually had incredible merits. Regardless of what you think about the sequel, there are some elements and some people worked on this that are so extremely talented, and they've not been defeated by any other movie of the year. So I don't understand why not even a nomination was put in place here. But regardless, and I saw some TikToks and some tweets about this also. You forget to put, you neglect basically Wicked, but you put Marty Supreme for costume design. I'm sorry, like, where is the geniusness about that? It's a period piece, and most of the clothes there are pretty standard. I wouldn't say there's anything outstanding about the costumes in Marty Supreme. Sinners, also being a period piece, is much more interesting in costume design, also because there are so many scenes where, like, there's different time, when the guy sings, and there's basically like time melting. Basically, there were just like different performers from different ages, like time traveling, whatever, like in that specific moment. That alone warrants, I think, a nomination for Sinners, which is completely fine. But I don't see Marty Supreme, like, I don't see the need for that. Hamnet, what really, I think, stands out in terms of costume design, I think, is more like also when they start doing the play, and there is a bit of costume design is also supposed to be like, what purpose do the costumes have in the movie? Do they convey any message, any sort of interesting detail about the character's personality, or like anything about the story? I don't think Marty Supreme has any of that. But any other movie here, I think, does. Frankenstein, just gorgeous. Like, the details in the dresses, the wedding dress, anything that has to do with Mia Goth, all those costumes that she wore were just incredible. So I would say yes. Avatar, Fire and Ash, I've seen people talking about, like, would you give costume design to that if it's all CGI? And I would say maybe. I don't know. That's a difficult question, because technically costume design doesn't necessarily have to be like physical costumes, like tangible costumes. It's just even the idea of it. But I'm not sure about it. I don't know. I don't know if that should have been also in the movie also nominated. Sorry. So yeah, this I wasn't really impressed by this category. I'm sorry. That's actually really really weird. But yeah. Anyways, directing. So that's you know, directors for specific movies. So the nominees are Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, of course, Queen Diva, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Now, I think Paul Thomas Anderson should win. Just the direction of the movie, like everything in the movie is just, the way it was directed is just so good and so unique as well. Like just something that you like still is burnt in my memory so deeply. Honestly, it's just incredible. That movie was just wow, what a movie. But also, I really liked Chloe Zhao's direction in Hamnet. Ryan Coogler Sinners, to me, at times, I really liked some of the stuff they've done with it, but I think at times it felt more like gimmicky or like blockbustery a bit sometimes with Sinners, which is nothing bad about it, but nothing like too unique compared to the other movies. Like I think One Battle After Another and Chloe Zhao, sorry, and Hamnet by Chloe Zhao, I think those two are like the more interesting direction-wise. So I don't know. I mean, don't come to me, please. It's just my opinion. I'm not really trying to like put a period at the end of this sentence. Like it's an open-ended thought. But I think Paul Thomas Anderson will win as well, and I think he should win. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. We're gonna skip documentary, feature film, and short film. I guess we could do editing. F1 for film editing, and then Marty Supreme, and then One Battle After Another, and then Sentimental Value and Sinners. Editing, actually, maybe F1 is kind of like, you have to really think about it. But even One Battle After Another, the shots they did in terms of editing, like in the dunes and everything else, that was so cool. Actually, maybe F1 was also pretty good though. I'm gonna say F1 will and should. I think. We are going to skip to makeup and hairstyling. We have the nominees are Frankenstein, Kokuo, Sinners, Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. Now I haven't watched Kokuo or The Smashing Machine, but I think such a close. Again, here, where's my Wicked nomination? I'm sorry, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. But Frankenstein and Sinners are very good contenders, I think, here. I would actually give it to. I would give it to Frankenstein, actually. I think the hairstyles here and the makeup as well were just incredible. Although even Sinners, maybe actually Sinners, maybe. I really liked what they did with the Wiwun Masaku's makeup and the hairstyles, and also with Haley Steinfeld's. Oh, that was pretty good. But also Frankenstein, Mia Goth is just damn. Does well, I guess but Frankenstein or the monster himself, that does count as makeup. So maybe Frankenstein. I think what they've done with them, the way they've returned, I guess, like Jacob Elordi into Frankenstein the monster is just really incredible. So maybe that. I think actually I'm gonna say Frankenstein actually. Music, original score, we have Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Hands down. Sinners should win. Better win. I hope it does win, and I think it will win, if I have to be honest. There's just no questions about it. Music, original song, we have Dear Me, from Diane Warren's Relentless. We have Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, A Lie to You from Sinners, Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verde, Train Dreams from Train Dreams. I think Golden will and should win. That song is just so catchy and so everywhere, so I think, yes, it should. Now we have the big one, Best Picture. And with Best Picture, it's 10 nominees, I think, instead of the usual 5. So we have more scope here. The nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. I have actually not watched Train Dreams. That's the only one I haven't watched. So if Train Dreams is the best movie, I'm sorry, I need to watch it then. But out of all these, I think, personally, Hamnet or One Battle After Another should win, and I think actually One Battle After Another will win. And that's just because it's more of a unique movie and more of an original concept, I guess, of a story. Hamlet borrows a bit from stuff that's already been, discovered about Shakespeare, but not that devalues the movie at all. I actually think it's one of the best movies of the year, period. But One Battle After Another, I think, carries. And it is the most interesting movie out of the bunch, in general. So I think it should, and it will. I think there's just something about that movie that I've never forgotten about it, and it's still living. It's one of those movies that you think about it, you immediately see certain shots from it, and it's just very much ingrained in your brain. It's just really, really good. So I think he should, and I think he will, if I have to be honest. Period. We can talk about maybe visual effects. We have Avatar, Fire and Ash, which should and better win. I think the visual effects there are just incredible. But then we also have F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, Sinners, and The Lost Bus. I think Avatar, Fire and Ash will and should win. The CGI in that movie is just so realistic, man. It's just pure art. So cool. I think that's pretty much it. So with that said, these are my predictions. Let's see when the actual Oscars come around in March, if they will come to fruition or not. But again, these are my thoughts as of now. They may change with time. We still have a couple of months to go, so that's crazy. But hey, hope you had fun with this. Let me know in the comments if you have any disagreements with me or your list of who you think should win and will win. Again, just my opinion, nothing super set in stone, but I would love to know about what you guys think about it. Please don't drag me. Please don't drag me. Please. I'll leave you guys to the sponsor and then songs of the week. Stick around for that because we have a good final list because January is coming to a close, man. I have been very, very intentional lately about not buying throwaway accessories, especially sunglasses, and I want something that actually lasts and doesn't look like everyone else's. So that's how I found Aquila. Aquila is an independent eyewear brand out of Los Angeles, and everything they make is handcrafted, unisex, and done in limited runs. So you're not seeing the same frames on every single person that buys them, and the styles are modern but still timeless regardless of when you buy them. Nothing trendy in a way you'll regret in 6 months, basically. What I really like is that they don't cut corners, basically. They are plant-based. They use plant-based acetate as well, recycled lenses, UV protection, and they are very, very big on sustainability, which I personally really, really enjoy when I look at any of their glasses. I know that I'm actually making a good, responsible choice here. Even their packaging is biodegradable, which is incredible. Plus, they're a member of the 1% for the planet, which I really, really respect. So if that's not already a reason enough to buy it, I don't know what it is. Like, guys, if you need to upgrade your sunglasses and you don't know what to look for, and for a brand that is a bit unique and different, or even getting a prescription or blue light lenses, this is honestly the best deal you'll find. You can get 10% off any Aquila frames with my code overshare pamphlet at aquila.la. I do earn a commission when you use my code, so you're supporting the show also while getting a solid discount. Again, that's aquila.la, code overshare pamphlet. Right, this time we have 5 songs to go through for the end of January, basically the last episode of January. So better buckle up. You can find this playlist on Spotify by just searching the Overshare Pamphlet, just like any other playlist from the podcast. Just search on Spotify the Overshare Pamphlet, songs of the week, and then whatever month and year the episode was put out in. So this is going to go January 2026, and this is the last addition I'm making to the playlist. So here's what I have. First one is Sucker by Spill Tab. This song is quite on the jazzy, indie, kind of like almost actually R&B type of vibe. Very like rhythmic and very instrumental, like moody in a way. It's like very chill, very groovy type of song. Really like it. Also, the cover art is just insane. Like, it's just very funny. I cannot describe it because I'll probably get very confused while doing that. It's like a fish, but it doesn't, I don't know, it's just weird, but it's very cool. It's a very cool cover art. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's just a great vibe. I'm really into the jazz vibes recently. January has been my jazz month as of now. Gone to a jazz bar a couple of times. Been listening to a lot of jazz music. Just been really into the jazz moment. So that's what I really recommend listening to. Then this song is an interesting addition to this monthly playlist. It's called One More Time by All Day Project. This came out like came out last year, but a while ago. And I don't know why it's just like clicking now. The song is just really just doing it for me. It's garage music a bit. Yeah, it's a bit dubsteppy as well. Very, very cool. Just such a cool production, especially when it switches into the chorus. And I think the chorus has just become very catchy to me for whatever reason. It finally got into my brain, and it's so catchy. So it's like, one more time, wanna get lost in the light, till I just song that I like. Come on, just dance with me now. It's so good. So I don't know why it clicked now, but it's just feeling like a January song to me. So it's just like maybe the time of the year it is just perfect for. So if you know the song, check it out. K-pop a bit. It is K-pop, but very cool. Then I have Miss Slater. I am so excited for her album coming out. This latest song that she put out is just so interesting. I think the vibe for this album is just perfect. And I think she's also doing pretty well streaming wise. Like, every song has done at least 5 million listens. So, and this is the latest one she just put out, and it's called Dance. And it's the opener of the album. And it's quite literally dancey, EDM-y, a bit hyper. Well, usually hyperpop, because that's Slater in general. Slater does hyperpop, but so the production for this album has been so cool, and I think she's found this interesting like delivery in this album that is just very unique. It's a bit filtered, a bit muffled sometimes, but it's just very shouty, very aggressive, which I really enjoy. To be fair, very cool. The song is incredible. The production in this is just so good, amazing. Then we have Oidar by Ether. Don't know exactly how to describe this, but like this, the drums in this, like the beat in this is just the actual drum set in this is just really cool. It feels like it sounds almost like a live song, like recorded live. I'm sure it's not, but it's a lot of live instrumentals at least, or like actual instruments that are used that are really cool, and I really like it. This is a very indie song, to be fair. Very vibey, very interesting, like very cool. If you want to read to this I think you can absolutely can do it. Very cool song. Really enjoyed it. And then finally we have Fantasy Girl by Revenge Wife, and this song has a very specific vibe. It's very Italian 80s music, or like disco Italian, like from the 80s or before Italian music. I don't know how to describe it, but every Italians may know about this. It kind of reminds me of Raffaella Carrà, like all these other artists like back in the days. It's just so Italian coded for whatever reason, like Italian, but not like the stereotypical like mandolin or whatever. Like that's more like the disco Italian disco type of like years in the 80s. So cool, so catchy, so well repurposed. It's called Fantasy Girl by Revenge Wife. So give it a listen. And with that being said, the episode is done. Check out the playlist because this is the last addition to the playlist for the month. So yay. And yeah, thank you for the support, guys. See you very soon. Hopefully we'll get to see the Oscars outcomes very soon. Anyways, catch you in the next episode, which will be the first episode of February, yeah. So we're getting there, guys. First month of the year done. January, the worst one is done. So we won. See you.